Have you ever had that one small moment that completely changed your life? Mine happened in the middle of a boring class in 7th grade. Hi, my name is Pavel. I'm a 21-year-old graphic designer and an artist. And today I want to share with you my story of how I got into art. And when chasing the wrong advice, almost pushed me away from it. So before we continue on the story, I would like to say that I was sick last week and I haven't recovered from the sick yet, so my voice might sound a little off or some language barrier and stuff. I'm not really 100% good at English, so let's get into it. So back in 7th grade, I was that kid who got really bored in class really fast. So naturally, I start doing in my notebook where I write all the important stuff in class, like a lot. Teacher were thrilled about it. My mom, even less. But I didn't stop because drawing was just too much fun. And the sketchbook was sitting in front of me and have a lot of space where I can draw my own world in that. Alright, and then one day, in 7th grade, a new teacher came up to me and she saw that I was doodling in my notebook and she said, why not try out a art school? In my head, I was art school? Yeah, maybe a little too early for that. So I just keep continuing drawing on the notebook. At the time, I didn't really think much about it until later, when I almost graduated primary school. I got a lot of stress thinking of what school should I choose and how should I continue my future stuff. So I was really confused between what should I choose. Should I chase after art or study something stable? Okay, so here is something I never talk about. I was going to a cram school back then, and there was this one annoying teacher who kept telling me trying for art school would be a waste of time. I wasn't smart enough. I didn't have the discipline for this. I didn't have talent for this. I should go to a cooking school and get a stable job. Hi, this is Pavel 2 hours later, and I want to explain to you about the cooking school part. So the cooking school part is to explain to you, I am an Asian and I'm currently living in the country named Czech Republic, and in this country there are a lot of Asian people, and the cooking school is when you finish primary school you can choose what school you're going to, and cooking school is a easier to learn and an easier to graduate. That is only in my opinion. So, but for Asian people, it is more common in cooking. We can find an easier job in the kitchen than the other art school, lawyer, doctor and stuff. That is more a complicated stuff. So cooking school is basically a lower level for the Asian people to get in the easier part and to make an easier income. Not so much, but it's a down level for somebody who don't know where to go or what dream do they want. That is the cooking school part. But thankfully, my mom, the one who supported me all my life in my art, in my job, in everything in school, she made it the best decision to put me in the art school. She just shoved me in there without question. She said wrote on the applied paper my name and the art school and just shove it there. Now I think about it, it was the best decision she ever made. She saw how much I love drawing when I was a little kid till now. So she signed me up for a art school, but in graphic design field. And honestly, the experience was good and bad. Let me be real. Those 4 years were not what I expected them to be. They didn't teach us all the things we actually needed. A lot of lessons were repeated the same way over and over again. For example, today we're making a project, a poster for a company, for a Christmas company. And we'll do that 2 days in a row. And the next week we'll come back to it, and he just gave us the same project to do it again. But they didn't give us the reason why we're doing this again. They just give it to us, and we keep switching skills instead of sticking to one and improve it. Today we're doing graphic design, we're making poster, and he just like saw how bad we made it, but he didn't give us like a lot of feedback on it, like give us a lot more project about it so we can be better. And the next day he just give us like a project about filming, a project about filming, a project about drawing, a project about doing other stuff. Until a month later, he just came back and just give us the reason like we already did this, so he expected us to be like better than last time. But that was like 1 month ago, and we just did it like one time. But there was some good part though. For example, we got to draw a lot more, have more time in our drawing painting room to create more stuff. I just use all of those time to release all the crazy stuff I have in my head onto the paper, and I think it's very good. I also fill out my sketchbook. This is the sketchbook I use for the 4 years. It might be a little small, but I just sketch most of the time when I have free time, so it's something so it's just some kind of stupid stuff like this. It's not much like professional. It's not that much of a good sketchbook. It's just a fun sketchbook to sketch when I'm bored in school. I also learned some new technique here and there where they show me in Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Pro. Actually, Premiere Pro was like I found it myself, but Illustrator, they show me some cool trick. There's like this kind of icon or tools. You just need to make an object, and when you click on this tool, it will let you draw or design into the object, like some kind of mask, and you can only draw inside. If you want to release it, you just have to select the object and click release mask. That was really cool for me. I use that technique like most of my design and art. But hey, to speak the truth, most of what I learned came from self-study. Self-study is always better because you know what you need and you know what sort of thing you need to learn. And I'm really glad that I did that, because self-learning helped me understand my field better and can help me create a style that truly my own. So now that I graduated from art school, I'm making a plan to focusing on improving my art and try out a lot of different style, because I want to know where my limits are and how much more better can I make the art. Well, if you want to see more of my work or see what I've been doing lately, you can check out my Instagram. I'll put the link in the description. You can check it out and maybe support me. So here is a message from me to you guys. If you are someone who's confused about your future, or if someone told you that you are not good enough for your dream, so let my story be the proof that they don't decide your path. You do. So keep working hard and chase your dream. Just in case if you've been wondering why am I looking outside so much, that's because Prague finally have some sun after a long time. So I'm just like feeling happy that there's at least some sunlight. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe and support the channel so I can keep creating more in the future. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!